I do listen to the comment. I do listen to the comment. I do listen to the. I do read through the comments. I do read through the comments as much as I can. I got a little bit behind on the sawmill video because that kind of went bonkers and I was getting a bunch of garbage. But anyways, somebody commented, I forget who it was. I know the picture, I just forget your name. About my keyways falling out. And they said get some thread lock, some Loctite, put it in there. Maybe it'll hold that keyway in from falling out of my feed wheels. On the video I was explaining it on, I pointed to this feed wheel right here. And I says, that one's not falling out. Whoa. Yesterday it falls out. Today it falls out 3 times. And I can tell because I'm trying to chip and I can't get wood from here to there. So I thread lock, it might work. JB Weld. So I tried that. So I took this out and put some on there and put it back in. And then I smeared some around the edges. Now what happens is this, but this shaft has got a lot of use on it. And what happens is when you put these compressed collars in here, this is separate from this. So when you bolt the two together, it compresses and is supposed to put pressure on the shaft. Holds it all in one piece. You put the keyway in there, get it in line where you want it, put the bolts in there tight together, and it tightens it all together, tightens it to the shaft. It's supposed to all stay working. The problem is when you're talking about an old chipper like this, and it's not really old, there's older ones, but a mid-90s chipper, this shaft's got a lot of use, and it gets wore, and you can see where it's all shiny, and it just gets wore out. So when you put these sprockets on here, it's hard to keep it tight with that shaft. So what happens is this slides back and forth a little bit on the shaft, okay? And there's supposed to be collars on the bearing that tighten that bearing down to the shaft so it don't move. But once again, you got an older bearing back in there. It's just old. So when it goes back and forth this way on the shaft a little bit, it pops the keyway out. And it lands right here every time. Which is perfect because then you don't lose it. But everything just gets wore out. This is a new sprocket we put in here, and it don't have that many hours on it, to be honest. But I just want to keep the keyway connected to my collar. So I put some sweet stuff around there, and let me tell you what, it's hard. Hopefully it holds the two together. It's worth a shot. I'm gonna find out. I'm not sure. Here's the other side. It really gives me fits. I pulled that right out, put some inside there, up on top, up in here, and then I put that back in, beat that baby in there, and then I threw some on the outside, hoping that holds that in there, because once again it's going to slide back and forth a little bit. But that shaft's old. It's hard to get it all to work right. That fell out of me 3-4 times today. I was irritated, and I was really angry. I'll say that. I was mad. So, but I do read through the comments. That was a good one. I like that idea. So we'll give that a whirl. See if that works. I hope it does. I really do. And I just seen, I had a question on an old video. Who asked it? Forgot. On how do I know, this is a question, how do I know when my chains are wore out and when my knives are dull? That's a good question. But I don't have time today to make a video about that. But I will make a video about that because that's a good question. And You can tell, there's ways to tell, and I'll make a video about it, but maybe we'll do it on the new chipper, when we get over the new chipper, on how to tell when my chains wore out and when my knives are dull. It's not something you can learn in a week, or 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, or 5 weeks. It takes a lot of time in a chipper. Once you're in a chipper for a while, boom, you can figure it out real quick. But I'll make a whole video on that. I'm going home. Hopefully everyone's having a good weekend. Paul's fueling up, and then he's going to do a little more skidding. That's about all, folks. Keyways. Didn't hold up the greatest, but that being said, it's got 7 loads on it. I ran it all day and never fell out. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. That ain't good. My whole feed wheel's busted. Good thing I'm recording and decided to record that, because that right there. It's not good. Yeah, that's gonna have to be fixed, because that's gonna bust right off. They're hollow, as you can tell, and that's about ready. It might be broken in half as it sits right now. Could be why that keyway's falling out on us, but that's not good, ladies and gentlemen. That's real bad. I'm at a loss for words. Jeepers. That whole thing might be busted. It's busted as far as I can feel back in there. I was just gonna get that one fixed when it got sent to the shop, because my teeth are all wore out. And these teeth up here are pretty good. Them are pretty good teeth in there, but that's bad. Our good day just turned into a not so good day. That's no good at all. It's not easy getting that out of there, and you see why. Keyway fell out again. Drives me nuts. Nuts! But let's look at the feed wheel. Okay. Still busted, but she's worse. But here's the deal. I got 6 loads on that. And see, you got a shaft in there, then you got other steel rings in there that it welds to. So there is bracing in there. There's extra bracing underneath all that. So, talked to the boss last night. He said just run it. I really hope we'll be done with this job tomorrow. We're getting really close. So there's quite a bit of work to switch it out. That's why he wants to just get this job done. Then we're going to jump on a new chipper, let this stuff sit here till frost laws is off, and once frost laws is off, haul this chipper back to the shop, be done with it. That's the whole idea. So like I said, We only got like a day. They said yesterday we had enough for today. Didn't know how much we'd have for tomorrow. And it's just Skitter Boys math. That's what we call it. Because you never know from we're going to have enough for tomorrow or we're going to have enough for next week or what. Sometimes it's hard to figure it out in this job especially. It wasn't like we did like a big clear cut or something. It's like a thinning throughout the whole 100 acres. And some spots a bunch of oak, you don't cut there, you don't have to cut. So it's like there's wood all the way around this place. I mean all the way around this place. So it's hard to keep track of how much wood's out there. But here's why we didn't tear this apart, because it's not an easy fix. That's why. You see this right here, okay? And you see this plate right here, all these bolts. What you got to do, take that off, take this bolt out, and I think this gets lifted up. Loosen that up a little bit. It shouldn't be too tight up there. Loosen that up a little bit. Get you a little chain or something, hook on there, and you lift this up, and then that pulls out. Okay. Now you're going to say, well, that was a bad design by Morbark. Stuff built 20 years ago isn't the same today. That's all there is to it. That new chipper, that's one improvement, is the feed wheels on that thing. I don't have all these chains running on them. I do on my upper ones because it's what we have to do. But the new chipper's all different. Morbark's changed all that stuff. Now, I mean, it's 15 minutes and I can pull that whole feed wheel out of that chipper. It's just way nicer. But on these old ones, that's kind of how it ended up. Was like that. And it's not easy. So when it's busted, it's not a quick, easy fix. You got to pull that thing out, and then I don't know if we got another one. Me and Mike were talking. He thinks he doesn't. I thought we did. Kicking around out back. Maybe we don't. If we don't, we have to get another one coming. So it's just work. You know, that one's a lot more work. Like I said, that new one, a total different. That thing, Morbark did something different on there where you can pull them babies right out pretty darn easy. I mean, it's nothing like this. Nothing like this. They did a darn good job on that. So Paul's getting fuel. We got to fuel up our skidder. I'm running out. A couple little bad spots in this road. I'm gonna jump on the dozer, pretty this place all up, get that slop out of there, try to be ready to go for morning. The road's healed up a lot. It was sunny and windy today. Beautiful. Truck stuck. They're calling me right now. Hello? He hung up on me. Paul! Hey! Hey! Paul, you want a cracker? Yeah! He's stuck. That wasn't good.